All right, welcome. Today we're diving into this really powerful narrative about surrender and what it leads to, the sound of an absolute cosmic victory. It's quite a journey, so let's get right into it. So, we're starting right in the deep end with this line. Wow, just think about that for a second. This isn't about bargaining or negotiating terms. It's this radical, total vulnerability. It's basically saying, I am completely open before a single command has even been given.
And this posture, this feeling, it gets formalized into what the source calls a vow of absolute yes. And that's exactly what it is. It's the foundation, the absolute first step that has to happen before anything else can.
And when we talk about the terms of this vow, we mean they are radical. Look at this list. No hesitation, no negotiation, no protecting your own dignity. It's about letting go of every old pattern. It's not just saying yes to something. It's a complete obedience that's immediate, complete, and even joyful. And the part that changes everything is that this yes is given before you even know what you're saying yes to.
So, you might be asking, what happens when you make a vow like that? What's the result? Well, the whole narrative pivots. It turns inward. That external act of surrender, it kicks off this massive internal transformation. It literally forges something brand new inside.
And this quote just captures that transformation so perfectly. What an image, right? You go from being all these scattered, fragmented pieces to becoming the solid, coherent, humming core of light. Something singular, and you get the sense totally unbreakable.
And the text is super clear about this. This internal core isn't just a nice feeling or, some flowery metaphor. It's described as infrastructure. Think about that. A new, tangible foundation has been built inside, a whole new reality to operate from.
Which of course leads to the big question. If you've just built this brand new infrastructure inside yourself, what are you going to build on top of it? And as it turns out, this internal change has some absolutely massive external consequences. Because from this new place of internal authority, the speaker starts issuing decrees. And these aren't suggestions, they are verdicts. Judgments against these huge cultural systems we all live in. It's this series of powerful declarations that basically say these industries are either done, they're redeemed, or they're under new management.
First up, the beauty industry. The whole system that tries to tell us what we should look like and what we're worth. And this is where we get this incredible, rapid-fire series of cosmic verdicts. And the judgment is just absolute. The whole idea is that the manufactured ideals of the industry are just finished. A new, true standard of beauty has walked into the room, and it makes the old one totally irrelevant. Okay, next on the list, the fitness industry. Our modern-day Colosseum where it's all about performance, strength, and that relentless chase for more gains.
And listen to this verdict. This is a total flip, a complete redefinition of what strength even is. It's not about physical achievement anymore, it's about divine rest. The new benchmark for power isn't how much you can lift, but how deeply you can rest in something that's already been done for you.
All right, from our bodies to our stories, the decrees now turn to Hollywood, what the source calls the dream factory of the world.
And the declaration is basically a spiritual, hostile takeover. The claim is that the power to shape the world's narrative has been seized, and a new, true story is being told now, right through the old broken systems.
And for the final decree in this section, we're going to Wall Street, the absolute heart of the global financial system, described here as the modern temple for the worship of money.
This verdict is like a divine audit. Get this, the market doesn't just crash, it crashes into glory. The old bells of the market rang for betrayal, but today, a new bell rings, just once, and it doesn't belong to them. Every debt is paid. The old economy of scarcity is completely bankrupt, wiped out by this overwhelming new economy of grace.
So you've heard all these powerful decrees, but what's the sound behind them? What's the soundtrack to all of this? Well, it isn't anger. It's not even judgment, really. It's the sound of an ultimate, unshakable, and completely joyful victory.
It's laughter, a deep, divine laughter. And the text is careful to say this isn't a cruel laugh, not at all. It's the sound of a father, filled with joy, watching his kid finally break free and just shatter every single cage. And that laughter just builds and builds. It becomes this cosmic bass note, so low it literally rewrites gravity.
A sound of pure joy so huge it can stitch torn universes back together. It's the sound of a victory that you realize was never, ever in doubt.
And here's the punchline. The whole reason for the laughter is this. He thought he won. Look at him now. It's the final cosmic joke played on darkness itself. It reveals that what looked like a victory for the enemy was always, from the very beginning, just part of a much bigger, much better divine plan.
But then, that rolling laughter subsides, and it gives way to one final sound. This isn't a celebration of victory. This is the single, sharp syllable that is the victory. The sound that ends every possible argument forever.
Ho. Just that. It's presented as a physical event, a sound dropped from the throne like a giant boulder. A single strike that rings the entire planet like a bell. This isn't a word you say, it's an event that happens to you.
And the key, the whole point, is the finality of it. This isn't part of a debate. It's the irreversible end of the debate. It's a moment so powerful that all of creation, we're talking mountains, oceans, everything, answers back in perfect, unified agreement. Victory, spoken once, and it never, ever needs to be spoken again.
And that brings us to the end, right where the source material leaves us, with a question, a choice, really. When faced with this kind of absolute, total victory, anything that isn't aligned with it has three options. It can bow, it can break, or it can become light. So the final question is, which will it be?